In Austin, I'm Mark Mullins. The FAA is preparing to cut flights at 40 major airports, including Atlanta, Dallas, New York, and Miami. Austin Bergstrom International Airport is not on the FAA's list of airports where we'll see that 10% reduction in flights. But airlines are warning travelers to expect major disruptions over the next 10 days. Daniel Perot has more.
At Austin's airport, it's a tightly choreographed dance, from planes taking off to security lanes to the baggage claim. But as the shutdown drags on,
so you don't know exactly what you're going to get as far as the flights or are you going to be there on time, so it definitely creates a little stress.
Shayna Booker's journey from Philadelphia to San Antonio didn't go as planned.
7 minutes before boarding, we got pushed back, and Charlotte continued to get pushed back.
She had to scramble to readjust her plans to fly into Austin and drive to San Antonio.
Very clear that it is because of the government shutdown, that there were not enough air controllers in Charlotte, and we needed to fly safely.
Those controllers and TSA workers have now gone nearly 6 weeks without pay and are increasingly calling out sick.
And there's people's lives involved. You know, people are living paycheck to paycheck. There's so many people that I know that need gas cards to still get to the job that they're forcing them to go to not get paid.
With pressure mounting, the FAA says it needed to do something to address the strain on the system.
And we're not going to wait for a safety problem to truly manifest itself when the early indicators are telling us we can take action today to prevent things from deteriorating.
Starting Friday, the FAA is cutting 10% of flights at 40 major airports. Austin's not one of them, but by our math, on an average day, more than half of Austin's flights are either coming from or going to an airport on the list, including Dallas, Houston, and the top destinations from Austin, Denver, Atlanta, and Los Angeles.
And it's more dangerous for us, so whatever will keep us safe, but it's very frustrating. And I am worried about my return trip home on Sunday.
Airlines are warning flights could be canceled with little notice, so experts are urging those who plan to fly to make backup plans as airports coast to coast brace for travel chaos this weekend.
And that was Daniel Perot reporting. Local airport officials say travelers should keep a close eye on their flight status and contact the airlines directly for more information. Some analysts think the travel problems this reduction could put pressure on Congress to reach a deal. Some Travis County residents are suing the county over its property tax rate increase. County leaders recently approved raising the tax rate by about 9%. They said it was necessary and didn't have to go through voters because they're trying to recover from a flooding disaster in western Travis County in July. But the taxpayers who are suing the county, they call this tax rate increase an abuse of power. They believe the county is raising taxes beyond what is necessary to recover from the flooding. A Travis County spokesperson told us they disagree with the allegations made in the lawsuit and look forward to defending their case in a court of law. You may have heard about this story a few weeks ago when a video of a minor allegedly being threatened by a man over fishing went viral on social media. KVUE's Jessica Cha spoke with the victim's mother about what happened and where the case stands now.
Oh, nice, dude.
For Victoria Rentana's 14-year-old son, fishing is not just a hobby.
He lives and breathes it. It's everything to him. So every day he has to get his little fix of fishing. It's like non-negotiable.
And that was no different on October 22nd. After school, Rentana says her son went to Sullivan Park's pond near Onion Creek to fish.
Right here.
But how does fishing turn into this?
No.
Yes, you are.
I'm allowed to fish whenever I'm 14.
You're an idiot.
I'm not.
Read the signs. If I catch you out here again, I'm going to punch your lights out so hard you knock yourself out, and I'm going to drown you.
Okay.
Get the out of here.
Okay.
Just so shocked, hurt that someone would think it's okay to say that to anyone, much less a child, and especially for fishing.
Rentana posted the video on social media where it garnered more than 1,000 comments on Reddit. She explained that before the man made the threat, he asked if her son had a fishing license.
And my son said, I don't need a fishing license, I'm 14. In the state of Texas, you don't need one until you're 17.
Which was confirmed by Texas Parks and Wildlife law enforcement. Rentana filed a police report, but Austin police say filing charges in this case isn't simple.
So our detectives looked at that video. They did a brief investigation on it. And they determined that that case didn't meet the elements of a terroristic threat. However, it did meet the elements of an assault by threat, which is a Class C misdemeanor.
Corporal Jose Mendez says both an assault by threat, a Class C misdemeanor, and a terroristic threat, a Class B misdemeanor, both deal with threats that create fear. But the difference is the imminent danger a victim faces in the moment. For example,
so if you look at it, there's a pond there, right? He threatens to drown him. So the means are there. He never walks towards the individual when he makes that threat, but simply turns around and walks away.
Mendez also pointed out that in the video, the man says, "If you come here again," before leaving.
So in that sense, there's really, it's hard to place like an imminent danger to an individual.
So APD is letting the courts decide what happens next. But Ratana says they're still seeking accountability.
My son was just doing a wholesome activity. He's just fishing. Nobody deserves to be threatened by death for fishing.
In Austin, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
Well, after KVUE reached out to the county attorney's office about this situation, a spokesperson told us they are investigating. The Austin City Council approved a plan to expand street outreach for people experiencing homelessness. The resolution directs the city manager to develop a comprehensive strategy that includes programs like the Homeless Outreach Street Team and mobile courts. It will focus on mental health care, housing navigation, and shelter. Councilmember Jose Velasquez says the focus is on compassion and humanity.
More times, we cannot lose the humanity in this conversation. We are talking about human beings. We are talking about our neighbors, and they deserve no less compassion or dignity than any other Austinites.
City leaders say there are shelter beds available and staff has not turned anyone away. The city manager must present the plan to council by December 11th. Council also approved a plan to create a public dashboard tracking homeless encampments across the city. The dashboard will show the site's locations, outreach efforts, and response times. It will also track how many locations got 72-hour notices before cleanups and whether outreach was attempted before action. The dashboard is modeled after similar systems in cities like Portland, Denver, and Seattle. The city manager must present an implementation plan by January 22nd. Those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.